Thank you for clicking Dr. Samurai Minute Lecture. In this video, I would like to discuss Mike Tyson lose control. I would like to talk about why Mike Tyson lost those two fights, one with the EVENDER HOLYFIELD and the other with the LENNOX Lewis. I would like to focus on two elements. My name is Dr. Samurai. I'm a professor specialized in international social pathology. Mike Tyson lose control. As you might have seen the actual fight, Mike Tyson lost against EVENDER HOLYFIELD. One thing I thought was weird was EVENDER keep headbutting Mike Tyson, and Mike was requesting for some kind of instruction or warning from then referee Mr. Mills Lane. But although I personally respect Mr. Mills Lane, he at the time somehow ignored multiple asks by Mike Tyson to put some kind of a warning on EVENDER HOLYFIELD. And actually, after a couple of headbutts, Mike later confessed he lost his consciousness. And when he came out of that loss of consciousness, what he did, bite off the ear of EVENDER HOLYFIELD. But everybody is just focusing on that scene only. But I, as a teacher, thought Mr. Mills Lane should have done something to keep that fight as fair as possible. And if Mr. Lane had done something to correct the situation, that nightmare wouldn't have happened. And the other thing I would like to point out is, although this can be said both about HOLYFIELD's fight and also LENNOX Lewis fight, they carefully examined how Mike Tyson fights. And I am 100% positive that they knew Mike was like a beast. And if they had fought face-to-face in a fair fight, they could not have won. They wouldn't win. So what the both of them did was just avoid fighting Mike, especially for the first several rounds, because they knew Mike fights like a beast, and once he loses his energy, he becomes like a fatigued cheetah or something. Out of energy, no more be able to chase the prey. And then their plan was to beat him up at Mike's weakest timing. Some may say it was a good tactics, but I just wonder if so much audience who paid such a lot of money for their tickets wanted to see something like that. I personally wanted to see how they would fight in a head-on fight. You know, punches against punches. And, if you like this kind of discussions, please click that green and yellow Good Luck Charm logo. The reason I am saying this, because I watched the fight between Mike Tyson and Jose Ribalta from Cuba. Mike's height is only 5'10", however, Jose Ribalta was 6.6 tall. He was dubbed one of the biggest fighters in boxing. And Jose did not avoid head-on fights against Mike Tyson. Although it took more rounds for Mike to beat Jose down, he looked totally satisfied with Jose's honest way of fighting. You should all see Mike versus Jose Ribalta, RIBALTA fight, and you see what I'm talking about. But anyway, I just wanted to point out, technically, the reason why Mike's fights in the end became so ugly was started by Mr. Mills Lane ignoring Mike's asks by his eyes to put some kind of warning on Evander Holyfield. And also, those two fighters, Evander Holyfield and Lennox Lewis, avoided fighting head-on for the fast rounds. Just to wait, Mike became tired, which I again like to assert audience like me who wanted to see the highest level fights in human beings. How highest level boxing match would turn out in human history. And I just would like to add one more thing. Mike was pretty much neglected boy, and when he was around 12 years old or a bit later, when he was early teenager, he had this greatest luck of having been introduced to Koss, who trained young Mike all the way up. And this Mr. Koss was not just a trainer, but he was like a father to Mike Tyson, who carried this huge hole in his heart. And Koss kept filling in that blank in Mike's heart, saying, "You are great, you would be great, just trust me, and if things wouldn't turn out as I say, you can quit any time." And after Mr. Koss passed away, Mike lost literally part of his own heart. And that was the beginning of this message in his personal life, because he lost his guardian angel. Although Mr. Tyson admits, even when he fought against Holyfield, he was not at the best shape, which means the level when Mr. Koss was still alive. But still, those two fighters should have fought head-on against Mike Tyson, just to prove they were really stronger if they could. That's what I want to say, because I know such honest fight is supposed to be the part of natural providence to prove who is really stronger. I would love to hear what you have to say about my message, and if you like this kind of discussion, please click that red Dr. Smith logos. Wherever you are, my friend, on this very small planet Earth during this very short period of time. Okay, thank you very much, and have a wonderful day. Bye.